And the big game right now, we keep talking about the conference championship game. The Chiefs are in their 6th consecutive conference championship. Their first one played on the road. They are going to Baltimore. Why are they going to Baltimore? Because the Ravens and Lamar Jackson beat the Houston Texans. They beat them down like they do everybody at the bank. Shout out M&T Bank Stadium. Doing a good job.
Yeah.
But here are the Ravens postgame. Check this out.
Get it, Coach Jack. I know you got a question. I know, Holley. I know you got a question.
A question? If I might, who has it better than us?
I can't give you all the stats, man. 252, 4 TDs, 100 rushing, 100 quarterback rank. Never been done before. Posted history. True story. Hey, family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
All right,
That's
look,
great.
Lamar Jackson, you know the talk. How many times did we hear about 2019 for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens? 2019, they got the best record in the league. In the AFC, they're number 1 seed. 2019, Lamar Jackson MVP. They go to the playoffs, they lose. And the question is, and it wasn't that long ago, by the way, we were asking these questions about Lamar Jackson. Can he stay healthy? That was the thing. When Lamar Jackson, I just got to point this out to the rest of you owners, you know-it-alls, you very intelligent owners and general managers. When Lamar Jackson in his prime was available for anybody to just come in and have a conversation. Can you just come in and have a conversation? We may or may not sign you, but you're available. You're unhappy with your contract. I've got money because I'm an NFL owner. And all I got to do is wake up and be still, and money lines my pockets because I'm an NFL owner. Why wouldn't I talk to you, quarterback, who's already got an MVP, who's already in his prime? Why wouldn't I talk to you? Because I'm probably an NFL owner who doesn't have a quarterback because a lot of teams don't. Anyway, they chose not to talk to him, Mike. And the question was, can he stay healthy? Can he win the big game? On Saturday, he was fantastic against the Texans, throwing, running, controlling the game. And as you look at this Baltimore hosting Kansas City, you heard what we both said the same thing essentially about Patrick Mahomes. Are we we're gonna say it with our chest now? We're gonna put into it, we're gonna lean into it. You think Kansas City has an advantage over Baltimore, or do you look at what this man and his team, what they've done all season, and you say Baltimore is the favorite?
I got to say Baltimore is a favorite at home, man. Look, Kansas City, I think we're looking at the past for Kansas City. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is still there. Travis Kelce's still there. We talked about the defense. We talked about how great Kansas City, but it's more of a mystique for Kansas City. This is not the great Kansas City scenes that we've seen in years past. They are not as complete as we've seen. This Baltimore Ravens scene, this is the real deal, baby. This is the real deal, man. Lamar Jackson I think he got that monkey off his back, so to speak. I know he had only one playoff win. Once again, winning the playoffs, pressure's on you no matter what you do. MVPs and all that stuff don't matter. You got to win in the playoffs. He did that against the Texans, the upstart team. We'll talk about them in a second. Great season with C.J. Stroud and all those guys over there, the Miko Ryans. But at the same time, man, now that he's gotten that done and he's gotten his team in the AFC Championship game, he feels it. And you know what I didn't see that before? The locker room, just how low-key he is, man. Like, it doesn't bother him. Even after the games, it just seemed like, man, look, this is what we do. This is what we're supposed to do. And I'm so happy that you brought up the point, man, about how he was treated in the offseason. Not just by the other teams that are out there, not the other 31 teams. I'm talking about his own team. His own team seemed like they want to ball. So we talk about all the other 31 teams out there, the other teams need a quarterback. His team needed a quarterback, and they didn't want to give him an extension, which made him with that free agent in the offseason and whatnot. So, yeah, they got it done. But with this defense, bro, I mean, it's just incredible. I don't Roquan Smith leading the way. I can't ever pronounce the defense line. Adebuke, they're having phenomenal seasons and whatnot. And with Lamar Jackson doing what he's doing, if he can continue to do that, once again, stay healthy or whatnot, running game, I don't see how Kansas City beats them, man. I really don't. And I think it's not even going to be close. I know Patrick Mahomes will keep him around for
a minute.
but I think.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's.
What do you mean?
I think it's
going to
be a double.
close?
I think it's going to be a double-digit win for the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship game at home against the Kansas City Chiefs and the great Patrick Mahomes. I said it right here. Now, I'm not going to run down the street if they lose with a diaper on and flip-flops and holding a gummy bears. I'm not doing that this time. But I'm just saying, I really feel that confident that Lamar Jackson, the type of season he's had and the mindset that he has, I think he came into this season knowing that, hey, man, even though I won an MVP before, there's still something I need to prove to these people. I need to prove that it wasn't a fluke in 2019. And I need to prove in the sense that, hey, man, that money that you gave me in the offseason, I'm worth it. And I'm going to win a Super Bowl title for this city, man. And once again, I'm happy for Baltimore, happy for Lamar Jackson. And once again, Harbaugh, that'll be great if he can complete the another Super Bowl win along with his brother Jim, who won the national championship game with Michigan. We'll see what happens, man. I'm looking forward to it. What about you?
You tempered it. And I'm glad you had the humility to do that because you got away with one. You got away with one in the fall when you said Michigan was going to beat Ohio State, and if Michigan didn't beat Ohio State, you would go outside in your drawers and some sandals or flip flops. and so that didn't have to happen. You didn't have to do that. But you can't put that out there again in this situation because, you won that one in the fall. It's a new year. I feel like if you put that kind of bet out, you might have to pay up.
But I was confident about Michigan against Ohio State. I bought, and just in case, I showed y'all off air, I bought some Superman draws, right? I had some Superman draws, and I was going to wear some Superman draws, run down the street in front of my house. It was going to be at midnight now. It's going to be late at night when nobody was outside, and some flip-flops. And I think I said I was going to. Yeah, somebody like ring cameras would have been going off. They were sitting in the middle of the night. So why is he running down the street with some flip-flops and Superman draw and holding a chia pet in his hands and talking about the Ohio State. Anyway, no. So I don't feel that confident with the Ravens, but I will say I do believe they'll win by double digits. I put a little wager on the line. I don't know what it could be, but I put a little bit of wager on the line. You think of a wager by the end of the show, and I'll agree to it.
I'll think of one. And if I don't get it by the end of the show, I'll get it before that game. You best believe I'll get it before that game.
Okay.
And Mike, this is tough. This is tough because I think we're both in I'm just guessing. We're probably in the same category where you like Lamar. Mm-hmm. You like Lamar. You're rooting for Lamar. Everybody Lamar is so likable. He's so authentic. He's just, I love everything about the guy. I love the way he plays. I love the way he gives interviews. I just love the way he handles his business. He's unpredictable in every sense. He's unpredictable in the way he does media sometimes. I thought it was hilarious when he was going around. He renamed Mike Florio, called him Mike Flores. Called him Mike Flores after Florio said that the 49ers were going to beat him down, and credit to Florio for coming out and saying, hey, Lamar's right. I'll give him credit. But he's unpredictable on the field. He's just a different guy, and everybody roots for him. So you have that story. Mm-hmm. And then you have Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, I like Patrick Mahomes. I root for Patrick Mahomes too. So it's really, as far as likability, as far as, quarterbacks doing their thing, you enjoy watching them. It's not just quarterbacking, it's art form. It's high art. That's the way, and they have completely different styles. But either way, you look at it, if you don't know what quarterbacking is, I give you Exhibit A, Exhibit B. If you do either of those things, I guarantee you your team will be successful. And you look at the winning percentage of Lamar Jackson and the winning percentage of Patrick Mahomes, I make my point. But it looks like on paper, it looks like Baltimore should win. Mm-hmm. Baltimore is so tested. Baltimore has embarrassed some of the, not just beaten, has embarrassed some of the best teams in football. What Baltimore did to San Francisco, y'all think y'all physical? We got it.
Yeah.
We got that too. Oh yeah, we can be physical. I'll shut you down. They made Brock Purdy. They made Brock Purdy look bad. Detroit. We'll talk about Detroit coming up. Official team, a brother from another. They made Detroit look bad.
Yeah.
At the bank, made them look bad. They take on playoff teams and they shut them. They just lock them up, shut them down. C.J. Stroud had an incredible season, as you pointed out.
Yep.
Texans look very good against the Browns, who are in the Ravens division. The Browns and Ravens split this year.
And one of the best
C.J.
defenses in the
Stroud
NFL.
sliced up the Browns.
Yeah.
And then he had nothing. He had nothing for the Ravens. So on paper, Mike, it better be a blowout. It better be a blowout because I feel like it's close.
The Texans had nothing. They couldn't even get into the red zone, bro. They couldn't. Like their only touchdown came on special teams against the Ravens, man. I mean, it's like, look, as great as Houston looked against the Cleveland Browns, they made them look mediocre. And like you said, the Baltimore Ravens have made the best teams in the league. They didn't have an easy schedule. I mean, the AFC North wasn't easy this year. So for them to go through and do what they did in the AFC North with those playoff teams there, I mean, all of them had winning records this year. And for them to win that division, have the #1 overall seed, and to blow out teams like the San Francisco 49ers. And guess what people were talking about before that San Francisco 49ers game? People were saying, oh, well, can the Ravens do it? Do they have something to prove? Everybody gave the Niners more of a chance to beat the Ravens, and the Ravens went in feeling like, oh, y'all don't believe in us? Watch this. So I really feel like there's going to be all this talk coming in. Okay, well, it was great that Lamar won the playoff, but that was against a rookie quarterback and a rookie coach in Houston. Yeah. They got that out the way. There's going to be the doubters. There's going to be the haters out there. Not haters, but I guess the naysayers that's going to say things and watch the Baltimore Ravens going to go link, let a naysayer know what's going to happen when they go to the AFC Championship game. Because when they go in feeling like they got something to prove, Mike, this team is focused, man. I mean, I'm really, really, really impressed with what I've seen out of the Baltimore Ravens on defense and offense. And one thing about the Ravens defense, in years past, in 2000, they had one of the greatest defenses of all time, right? Won a Super Bowl.
That's right.
Didn't have much of an offense. And what was it, 2013-14 when they won it again? They won the Super Bowl again. 2013 Super Bowl. They also had a really good defense that year. They had Hall of Fame players on their defense. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs is going to be a Hall of Famer one day on that defense. In 2000, obviously had one of the greatest defenses of all time. This defense right here just plays great team defense. Outside of Roquan Smith, can you name one guy that's on that defense that you might say, oh, he might be a future Hall of Famer? Now, eventually, it might come around. Hall of Famer?
Yeah,
there's not. I'm talking about like there's Roquan Smith is the only All-Pro on that team. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying it's
one
like
of the best. Yeah.
One of the best of all. So what they're playing really good team defense, man. Harbaugh has been there. He's done that. He's got him locked in. Like you said, this guy's always got him in the playoffs. He's one of the greatest coaches out there. I just feel like because of he's going to have them in the right mindset. They're going to be in the right mindset, knowing that they haven't proved anything yet, even though they got that win at home and Lamar Jackson finally got his second playoff win of the season. There are going to be people out there, even though the Ravens are going to be favorites going into this, there are going to be people out there, a lot of the, what do you call those pundits on ESPN and Fox Sports like and my network and everything, and like us, that are saying, hey, well, Patrick Mahomes so great. They've been here before. Oh, Andy Reid knows how to put up a game plan, blah, blah, blah. The Ravens are going to hear all that, and I really feel like they're going to come out focused and with something to prove to get into the Super Bowl.
Well, they do have something to prove, and Lamar Jackson has something to prove. If you think about this, when we go to Vegas for the Super Bowl and they announce the NFL awards, I expect Lamar Jackson to hear his name called when they say MVP. So that's 2 MVPs before you're 30 years old.
Yeah.
So 2 MVPs, a winning percentage that's off the charts, has done all of these things. I expect probably, despite what I said about Kansas City, I expect Baltimore to be there slightly, not by a blowout, slightly.
Okay.
I think their overall team is better. So if you get all that and you win a Super Bowl, now everything changes. First of all, you were able to crack the Kansas City code. One, you cracked the code. Not many people have done that.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, now the conversation changed. When we talk about best quarterbacks in the league, it's people do it by default. They're barely awake. They just wake up and go, oh yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Oh, okay, it's Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. They just go, no, hold on. If all those things happen and Lamar, I don't get ahead of myself, but if Lamar wins the Super Bowl and does it by getting past Patrick Mahomes in the conference championship game and they win the Super Bowl, I'm sorry. Now you got Mahomes. Mahomes will probably still be one, but you better elevate Lamar Jackson. You got to elevate him over guys who haven't won it, don't you? He's got more MVPs. He got more MVPs than he got a Super Bowl. Those guys, Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, don't have a Super Bowl title.
Can I say something real quick on that, man? Lamar Jackson, when you put it that way, Lamar Jackson, I feel, is the most disrespected superstar quarterback that the NFL has ever witnessed. I don't think people can truly appreciate how great of a quarterback Lamar Jackson is because he's not your conventional quarterback. When you got people out there saying, I want my quarterback to be quarterbacky, whatever the hell that means, and all that type of stuff, when you're doing that, they don't appreciate how great this man is because we've seen the quarterback position evolve over the years. And Lamar Jackson has become the prototype for what a quarterback in the future will be. The C.J. Strouds of the world, and Lamar Jackson, obviously, we saw Michael Vick doing it back in the day or whatnot. Lamar Jackson has taken that to another level. 2 Super Bowl, the fact that he won the MVP in 2019 should have put him in the conversation already. When people throw out elite quarterbacks, I only feel like there are like 4, maybe 5 elite quarterbacks, if that, because I think the word elite has a special significance to it. You can be great, and doesn't mean you're elite. You can be good, doesn't mean you're great. But when you're elite means you're the greatest of the great. And I think there's 3, 4, maybe 5 elite quarterbacks in the world. Obviously, you start off with Patrick Mahomes out there. Joe Burrow is one of those quarterbacks right there. And if you don't have Lamar Jackson at 3, 4, or 5th, then you're doing the service. You don't know a damn thing about the NFL. Right. If he is not one of your top, I say, at worst, top 4 quarterbacks in the NFL right now, then you're doing yourself a disservice. You just don't like. I'm not gonna say it. You don't like the game. You don't like the game. You just don't like his game. I'll just put it that way.
That might be another. It could be. Hey, listen. That's another episode.
I ain't gonna say it.
We gotta do an episode on that.
Yeah, I mean, but Patrick Mahomes is there, so say they maybe they're like, well, maybe,
See, I know you're a podcaster extraordinaire, so we may have to do another podcast just on that topic alone. We could have a great
There's still
conversation
some disrespect.
on that. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.